Hey, what's going on, Team TGIF? Happy Friday to you, and I wanted to share a couple thoughts that hopefully resonate with you. So if you're watching this, it's a 99% chance that things are good. Like, I'm like, hey, how are you? And you'll be like, good. And you'll like be like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good, you know. And what does that mean? Well, you know, Maslow was a psychotherapist, and he had the Maslow hierarchy of needs, at least I think it was. And it tipped out at self-actualization. And what he found is that when you have food, shelter, clothing, a little bit of affection, that's good. And that's kind of how a lot of us are living, is good. You know, we lose 5 pounds, we gain 5 pounds. You know, we pay our bills. Sometimes we get a little bit behind. Sometimes we get a little bit ahead. You know, we're right there. We're good. You know, we give when we can. You know, that church, they pass the thing around. We give if we can. If we can't, we can't. We volunteer a little bit. We're all doing good. It's a very comfortable place to be. Now, in order to get good, a lot of us, I can say this, a lot of us, we're not good. So if you were ever in a place where things were not good, think of how hard you worked to claw and get out of that. I remember for me, it was 2012, 2013. Things were not good. You know, I was getting therapy then. I actually getting multiple therapy. I was in a group therapy. You know, I was finding Jesus a little bit deeper then. I was clawing, working 18 hours a day to claw myself out of financial ruin that I'd gotten into. Like, I worked my butt off to get good. And a lot of us do. You could probably think of a low point in your life where you're like, whoa, dude, this is like the gun to my head. I've got to get out of this. So going from bad to good, we tend to work real hard. And here's the thing. Good, where sometimes we're at now, okay, depending on where we're at our journey, good is selfish. I know I just insulted myself, and please don't feel insulted, but good is selfish. Why can I say something like that? Because good is the comfort zone when our needs are met. When you're good, your needs are met. Hey, we can all go out and have some beer and wings tonight. Our needs are met. We're okay. We're good, right? But we're not great. We're not exceptional. We're not anywhere close to our potential. And here's the thing. When we're bad, here's our cup. Here's our cup. I mean, there's not even enough for us to drink out of. So we work our butts off, you know what I mean, to get good. And then we're growing, right? Because when you go from bad to good, you're growing, so your cup gets bigger, just like this cup. But, you know, there's still not enough for other people. You know, like I could have a swig, you know. Awesome. The rest is for you. You get like 1 finger of water here, you know, because I have to sustain life, right? So what happens when we start to reach our potential? When we break through the fear and we go to great. So think of if we worked as hard right now as we are when we're good to get to great, to get to our potential, holy smokes, what would the size of our cup like be then? It would look like this bad boy, where I can swig that and I got a third. Okay, it's about a third. That's all I need to meet my needs. And now I'm legit able to give away 2/3 to people that need it because I worked my butt off. And I'm saying I rhetorically, but we worked our butt off to get a larger cup. But it's so hard. But we've done it before. We've all been rock bottom. We've all been like, not good, you know, no sleep, you know, trying to study for exams, whatever it might be, working at the local Quickie Mart, you know, to pay college tuition. You know what I'm saying? So we've already done it. We've already gotten our cup to here. And then this is what we all do, dude. We all sit with a cup that's can satisfy our needs. Maybe there's a little bit left over for somebody else, and we call it good. And hey, man, no shame in that. Good's a good place to be. But you got to think, and this is what makes me want to share this with you, and this is what gets me up in the morning. How does us being great affect other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, we might be good. Of course we're good with this. We get our thirst quenched every single day. But how does it affect other people? How does going from a good to a great dad or mom affect the family unit? You know, and things could be good right now. Hey, you know, Susie's getting A's and John's doing well in sports. Everything's good. The marriage is good, you know, cool. You know, the relationships are good. What if those bad boys turn great? Now what is Susie doing? Now was Matt exposed to? Now what is the world exposed to? People are watching that, dude, we have no idea the impact that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like if this tree decided, this tree is huge. I love this tree. Love sitting under it. If this tree 10 years ago was like, that's good, man. I'm bigger than most of the trees. I'm good. I wouldn't be sitting under shade right now. There'd be sun blinding me in my eyes. And I know that's a silly analogy, but we are the same way. We are the same way. A lot of times we don't realize that as we grow and we get better, we bring those around us up. You know, and whether that's our job or not, it is a fact. So I talked about the mom and dad growing. What about a bodybuilder? You know, what if you're thinking like, or you're into sports. You're like, I'm not going to work out today. I'm not going to lose the 5 pounds. Not going to lose the 10 pounds. I'm good. I'm good. Here's the thing. What will that journey make you? And what will it make other people? They see you going good to great. Now that might be the catalyst that somebody needs, watching you go from good to great, to get them out of this, to get them out of their rut. They're like, oh my gosh, man, I just saw this person totally revolutionize themselves, and I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. That's kind of how it works when we level ourselves up. When we level ourselves up for the right reasons with a pure heart, it levels other people up. You know what I'm saying? So when Sunday morning hits and you're like, oh, I'm just going to skip today. It's going to be a lazy Sunday. No, take your Sunday to rest, but still get up and still be that great athlete if that's what you're destined for greatness. Still be that great dad. Still aspire to be that great writer or whatever it might be. You know, like we see this in small business owners. Here's my confession. You know, as a small business owner, it's like, yeah, man, things are good. Cool, don't need to work the business today. Well, that's a real selfish. That's really awesome that I'm getting to drink. But what about all the people that are affiliated with that business? What about them? I need to get a cup like this. So I take my third, and then I can take 2/3 and fill their cup. And they're like, man, dude, you're filling my cup. I'm going to now fill other people's cup. And that's how it works. We've got to get out of the good zone. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this can be enough of the motivation that we need to hear to wake up in that next morning, and instead of being like, I'm good. I can screw my whole diet today and tomorrow and the next day and still be good. But then we got to think of the larger impact around us. I just got done reading this book. Tough read, really tough read. Called me out in a lot of ways. Give and take, really tough read. But one of the things that he talks to is a quote here: the greatest untapped source of motivation is a sense of service to others. So let me just end on this. How many people are you serving with a cup like this? We all know we're not serving no one here. That's when we're bad and we're clawing and working our butts off to be good. But here's the thing: when we're good, how are we serving others? Kinda, we're serving ourselves first. We need to quench our thirst, pay our bills and put food on the table for the kids first. There's just not much left over. And it's awesome because the book talks about when you grow and you work just as hard as you did from going from bad to good, and then you work just as hard at that as going from good to great. Again, the cup gets bigger. You grow, but because you're giving more, obviously you're going to give more because, who needs 2/3 of a cup just sitting there? You're going to give it. Man, the joy that you get from that is nuts. It's worth punching through the fear of getting out of the comfort zone alone. That joy of being able to give and fill someone else's cup or serve an example to them. So the next time that you're thinking like, hey, things are good, think, are they? Or could these bad boys, can this life be great if I just really stick my mind to this and really, really pour into what I'm called to do? And here's the thing: don't even think about saying like, oh, I can't make an impact. I'm not this or I'm not. Dude, this guy here was a broke carpenter building shelves out of the barn of his backyard, living with his parents. Good darn, don't strike me down, but it's truth. the most influential man in the world. This guy right here was broke as a joke, and he was working out of a barn as a carpenter in his parents' house. And he went on to make the biggest impact in the world. All right? So we all have things that if we do with greatness, whether it's welding, whether it's coaching, whether it's fathering, mothering, it doesn't matter. If we do it with greatness, it's going to have that positive ripple effect around those around us. So, hey, let's kick this weekend's butt. Let's definitely relax. Let's have a good time. Let's de-stress. But let's not be good. Let's start the weekend of greatness that we carry on into Monday morning and carry on the next day. And it has a compound effect. We catch momentum and we rock and roll. Y'all have an amazing Friday night and rest of your weekend.